this answers your second part of your question, Oliver. How do you capture, and I'm going to call them oligarchs because I don't like referring to them as elites. And the anti-white oligarchs and included in that group are just the wealthy who maybe are just villainy signaling, the wealthy slash powerful just villainy signaling. This is like a, try to visualize it as like a, where you have granular convection in like a bag of chips or something, but everything is kind of trapped and it's not quite falling through yet. It's going to be this, even though the smaller pieces weigh less, they fall through quicker. Those would be like those who have the not as much wealth and power as some of the others, right? Some of the very well-known names. Where you create an audience to celebrate and to cheer someone on, where you create that audience, those figures will appear on stage. Those individuals who are wealthy, who can make things happen, and who will be celebrated for making it happen will show up on that stage when you have filled the auditorium with people to applaud them. That is how you capture, if that's the way you want to put it, that is how you capture the increasingly wealthy and powerful individuals. Because there's nothing there, at that point, there are few things left that they can't acquire with that money and power other than that adulation. So that is what we can feed for them by creating that audience. And there is a skeleton key there that is infinitely important. And that is that those individuals, those smaller pieces before the larger pieces will come to us, and our celebration of their standing with us, they will do that when they know that they are in the moral right to do so. So if we filled an auditorium with people who are waving flags or newly designed flags that look just like something from the 1930s or something of this nature, those powerful people are not going to show up to be lauded and cheered by those people. Why? Because being lauded and cheered by those people is to gain a villain status, is to be cheered. It's the equivalent for them. It's the equivalent for them of saying, well, we've got a room full of pedophiles. Would you like to get out and have them applaud you and think you're wonderful? No, nobody's going to say yes to that. But if they believe that they're going to show up and that audience is in the moral right, even if losing, even if victimized, they're in the moral right. How many times have we as white people have witnessed white people jump in front of the speeding train, even though it was going to be death, because it was the right thing to do? You have to be doing the right thing. When you do the right thing, those folks with the power, they'll show up. And Oliver, the more of those smaller pieces that come through to get celebrated by the audience, the greater the likelihood that those big pieces begin slipping through. It's really all about appealing to what is moral and just. And then you have to take it into consideration, the selfish needs, including the vanity of the participants.
I think that's very well said.